What's up, people? We are back with more of Katawa Shoujo. In the previous video, we spent our first day at the school here, Yamaku High School, Yamaku Academy, I believe it was called. And yeah, it's the school for special disabled students. So along the way, we met 3 new people, I believe, Misha, Shizune, and Kenji. I actually don't know what disability Misha has, but Shizune was deaf. It could be that Misha is just solely here as Shizune's, sign language interpreter. That could be a possibility. I don't know. Just from the looks of her, I'm pretty sure Shizune looked normal. She had all 10 fingers. She had 2 feet. She has, I don't know what other disability I can come up with, but yeah, she looked completely normal. So I'm kind of interested if that really is the case, or she has a disability as well. But the other person that we met towards the very end was Kenji, who was like this guy with very thick glasses and 20 locks on his room because he was scared. And yeah, I think he was almost blind, but not completely, because he put his face like so close to mine where his nose was basically touching my nose. And I think he could see us, but yeah, I think he's really, really close to being blind. And yeah, that's about it for the new people that we've met. So let us continue, because I'm fairly interested into what other sort of students we're going to meet. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. I down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Oh, that's the best feeling, when you just wake up and then start stretching. Oh, that's the best way to wake up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter, and Shizune's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. I'm almost tempted to go with that statement, that Misha, Shizune, and Kenji are probably like considered the normal ones out of the people that were here, because we got a few quick glimpses of other students, and they seem to be having like really different and uncommon disabilities, I think. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Oh yeah, she's signing away with her fingers. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind her eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Oh, she's blushing, look at that. Her cheeks are blushing, but she doesn't really look happy. She has an upset look on her face like, oh, how dare you ask me that?
Sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hee-chan.
My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right.
Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too.
Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes.
I don't know, Hee-chan. The truth is, it is a local event, and I'm not from this area, so...
She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy.
Huh? Oh... Who cares?
Really? That's what you came up with? I don't think that's what Shizune said. Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our directions.
Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will never be changed with time.
Oh my god, she signed with a exclamation mark this time.
Now, it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes.
Oh, that sounds awesome. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. Maybe she is kind of a careless type. That she is like, whatever. Cause normally she's my first impression of her was that she might be, because she's a school or the class rep as well, right? That she would be sort of this goody two-shoes type, like, oh god, the teacher wants our attention, everybody quiet. Although she probably couldn't say that. She could sign it, I guess, but I don't think, because of the fact that she's deaf, her personality isn't that in your face. Like she wouldn't shout in the class, like, everybody shut the hell up, give the teacher attention. But it seems like she isn't really that way, where she's sort of this goody two-shoes. She's more like laid back, like, yeah, whatever, man.
We're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Hee-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club?
It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. Maybe she's invisible for everyone else. Nah, that's not a disability, right? That's a freaking superpower. That's not a disability. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl, go, Why doesn't he say anything?
Hee-chan, is something wrong?
Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after looking after the girl who left?
No, nothing. Okay, well, like you were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you?
I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really.
Do you want to have lunch together then?
Oh yeah, lunch together again. Sure.
Yay! Okay, Hee-chan, perfect!
The rest of the class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm glad we just finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. See, this is the feeling the impression that I had for her at the beginning, that she would be a goody two shoes and or maybe she's just very studious, that she wants to do well in her academic pursuits, but she's not really a goody two shoes kind of person to higher authority. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Yes, it is, Hee-chan.
Impossible.
Really?
Really? I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing. But really, Shizune can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's not. She's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze.
Are you sure, Hee-chan?
Very sure.
You're wrong, Hee-chan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them.
Oh my god, such a giggling girl. You know, some of those girls, they just, probably everybody had them in high school, were just, they laugh more than they actually talk. I don't think it's the case for Misha, but she's very, at the end of everything that she says, she's like, ha 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 ha. But there were girls in my school, I remember in high school, they would laugh even more than they would talk. And it actually got borderline annoying sometimes, because, when you're trying to have a conversation, and then you just sort of have to pick out the words between the laughter. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Ding dong. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Or maybe Shizune actually is the very goody two shoes, try hard student and person as well. But Misha, I think Misha just actually didn't bother to interpret exactly what she said. So she was like, whatever. I think Misha is more the person that's sort of like has somewhat a more laid back attitude compared to Shizune, whereas Shizune is very serious, I think. I just get that impression from her. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them.
Where do you want to eat?
The cafeteria?
That's so plain. Okay, let's go.
Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier.
So, Hichan, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Hichan? Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first.
Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she is about to deliver a speech. Lay it on me.
Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in?
I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot.
There is a book club, right, Hichan? Right, but it seems like they have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan. It's a really popular club.
Aww.
Okay. But more to the point, Hichan. Does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind?
Not really.
Good. Great. That's great, Hichan. Really great.
Why is it so great?
No reason. Well, Hichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there's one other thing. Student council.
I see. I didn't know this school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this, because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it, and Misha is laughing, as usual. Honestly, if Misha is not laughing, you know something is wrong. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice, whatever she says.
Oh, right. Hichan, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join.
Why?
Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hichan. Hichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Hichan is the president.
Of course she is. Why does that not surprise me? Class rep, what was it? Student council president. There's probably a bunch of other stuff that she can just add onto her resume, like holy crap, and that all for a deaf person being deaf, you know? That makes everything so much more impressive, but that's exactly the original picture that I had of her in my mind. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about with this. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha.
Of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to...
So, you're admitting that? Oh, sign language.
No, We admit nothing. I mean, Hee-chan, of course it would be nice if you joined, and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yup, it's true, Hee-chan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Hee-chan?
I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are already pretty cute to begin with. This almost feels like a sales pitch or something, like, ooh, look at us, we're cute, come join the student council, Hee-chan. Well...
So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hee-chan.
Wow, I had no saying in the matter whatsoever.
What? No! No! Aww, Hee-chan. Of course it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though, it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hee-chan owes me candy now.
You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. She's gonna make this a competition again, right? That she wants me to be recruited by her now?
That's interesting, Hee-chan. Let's play a game.
That's not what I said.
How about rich man, poor man, Hee-chan? If you lose, you have to join the student council.
No, absolutely not.
Aww, why not?
Well, because you two both have the same incentive, and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? I've been trying of a way, to kind of let you guys know that whenever Shizune is talking, that she is doing sign language, but there's actually no way that I can think of for me to sort of let you guys know that, right? Because if I'm just starting to move my fingers, I don't use a face cam, so it's impossible for you guys to know what the hell she is exactly, or the fact that she's talking, so which is why I've been just usually skipping over it as fast as possible, because I think it's sort of understandable that, yeah, whenever Shizune does, like, you see this part of the text that she's doing sign language, but still, I've been trying to sort of finding a way of communicating that over to you guys, but I don't think it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up, and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline.
Hee-chan, I am very offended. Are you saying you don't trust us, and that we would pull something so us? That makes me sad.
Oh, this is the second time where she has trouble pronouncing like either a long word or a very difficult word. So that might be what Misha's disability is? Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin.
In order to atone for you hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council.
No!
How about a game of paper football instead of rich man, poor man?
Paper football?
Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle, and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't that cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Hee-chan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hee-chan. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men.
More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it.
Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hee-chan?
Obviously, she wants me to join the student council, right? So she's only going to be picking games that she thinks she would have advantage at or a higher percentage of winning. She's not gonna pick rock, paper, scissors, which is entirely luck based. She's gonna pick a game that she is good at and thinks we might not be good at. Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into the student council, but I am a little curious about what the student council does here. Can we temporarily join them, or go on a walk around where we just sort of get to know what the student council does, and then based on that we can then say whether we're more interested in joining or not, but nothing is set in stone because there are probably tons of other clubs, and as much as Misha and Shizune are the only people that I really know at the moment, and as much as I think, yeah, we do like them, but you want to leave your options open, right? I've never been on one before, and even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad.
Okay, Hee-chan, how about Risk, the game of world domination?
I don't know what that is.
It's really fun, Hee-chan. You fight for control of the world, with armies and everything.
Dang, Misha's awesome. She plays board games. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it.
If you want to play, we can play after school.
Or it's Shizune challenging me. That's one thing that we don't really know, right? We don't know whether Misha's sometimes when Misha's talking for herself or for Shi-chan. Most of the times you can infer because beforehand Shi-chan is sort of using sign language towards her. So then usually we can sort of guess yeah, that's probably what Shi-chan is saying. But the funny thing between them is that Misha has all the power, right? Shi-chan can sign away whatever she wants to, and Misha can just say something completely the opposite, or just something that's not entirely what Shi-chan said, or whatever. So it's kind of funny how supposedly it sort of feels like Shi-chan is the more dominant one, but despite that, Misha has way more power than her, or it sort of feels like that.
Really, Shi-chan? We can just play for fun, Hee-chan. Shi-chan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached.
Well, okay.
Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Hee-chan.
Wait, why there?
Because that's where we keep the game.
I grimaced to tell them how much I did not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends, and we go back to class. During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Maybe she went to the nurse or something. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. Oh my god, alright, it is after school, so I'm gonna end this video here. In the next video, I guess we're just gonna play Risk with Shizune and Misha, which seems like a very fun activity, because I actually played Risk. I haven't played it very often, but it's a very fun game, so I'm not entirely sure how they're gonna do it inside this novel, but nevertheless, I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I wanna thank you guys so very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace!